I've always said one of my favorite things about you is regardless of how much you accomplish, you always stay a student. And with this book, I saw you go back into student mode heavy. You had multiple coaches. There was a team around the launch of the book. There was a strategy of, hey, let's collaborate. And you collaborated probably on this book more than ever before. So I look at those two as additional ingredients: coaching, regardless of how much you achieve, and collaborate to get to the next level. Break that down. Was that also a part of the strategy going into UOU?
Well, I think guys, just even listening to you guys' podcast, and I think for me, why this podcast is so important because it's specifically around branding. And a lot of individuals want to go to the next level, but they don't understand branding 101. You feel me? I didn't. And I continue to study branding because, you know, we were a phenom, meaning that we didn't necessarily follow any branding strategy and we still blew up. But the challenge with that is we may have blown up in terms of recognition, but because we didn't brand properly or we weren't brand strategists, we didn't necessarily get all of the benefits that come with blowing up. You feel what I'm saying? Like we may have gotten the numbers, but we didn't necessarily get the numbers. You feel me?
Right.
So now for me, I'm looking at it as, well, what is branding about? In essence, branding is about understanding your unique position in the world, your unique gift. Like it's this idea of like you have this gift, and you read that in the book. Like you got this gift, you got this superpower. But one of the things that I realized is that, and again, I grew up watching cartoons. And if you've noticed, there's a progression in cartoons, especially in branding. So when I grew up, superheroes primarily were seen on an individual basis, even though they were all a part of either Marvel's, the X-Men, the Super Friends, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever it was, they were a part of a conglomerate, but we pretty much saw them, doing their Superman the movie, Batman the movie. But if you pay attention in this generation, you'll see way more movies where they are collectively demonstrating their gifts. You feel me? So it's like the Marvels, it's Captain America, it's Batman, it's Superman, it's Wonder Woman. You feel me? Wakanda, Black Panther. You feel me? And so I realized that if the idea is branding, and branding is about how do I say this? Branding, from my understanding, is about visibility. You know what I'm saying? It's about as many people as you possibly can, getting them to become familiar with your product to see if they want to at some point, you know, become a brand ambassador, or use your product. So it's like, yo, if you're going to get more eyes on your product, then it probably makes sense to get more people who have a brand and who have a gift to collaborate with you so that it can expand more so than it would if you just did it on a solo. So you go from adding and subtracting to multiplying and dividing to really getting to a point of exponential growth. You feel me? And so I was like, yo, if I'm going to blow the brand up, I have to get with other people who are either savvy of brands or people who have the ability to accentuate your brand, if that makes sense.